The earth trembled as the bulldozers rolled in, but one woman stood firm, Wangari Maathai. Defying governments, corporations, and even death threats, she planted 47 million trees, transforming barren lands into thriving forests. Her fight wasn't just for the environment, it was for justice, equality, and the future of Africa. In 2004, the world watched as she became the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. In the heart of Kenya, where the earth cracks under the weight of neglect, one woman dared to dig deeper. Wangari Maathai, scientist, activist, mother, saw what others ignored: a land stripped bare, a people disconnected from their roots. But she didn't just see the problem. She planted the solution. By 2004, her Green Belt movement had mobilized thousands of women to plant over, transforming barren soil into forest. These weren't just trees, they were shields against poverty, against hunger, against the slow erasure of a people. And the world took notice. That same year, Wangari Maathai became to win the Nobel Peace Prize. But here's what they don't tell you: this wasn't just about saving the environment. It was a rebellion. Every seedling was defiance against a government that jailed her, against corporations that profited from the land's destruction, against a world that told African women to stay small. And then, the truth they buried. The same forces that celebrated her Nobel tried to silence her years earlier. She led a hunger strike to free political prisoners, beaten, humiliated, but unbroken. Because Wangari knew something radical. So ask yourself, why don't we know the full story? Why is a woman who shook the world reduced to a footnote? Wait, what if that's exactly what they wanted? The echoes of forgotten victories whisper on the windswept plains of Africa. We speak of power, and we must remember it is not a new concept imposed from elsewhere. It is woven into the very fabric of this continent, carried in the DNA of her daughters. For centuries, history has been meticulously rewritten, carefully omitting the profound influence of African women. But the truth, like a baobab tree, is too deeply rooted to be eradicated. Let's journey back, further than many are comfortable going. Forget the tired narratives of victimhood. Instead, let's honor the iron will of Queen Amanirenas of the Kingdom of Kush. This wasn't some minor chieftain, negotiating for survival. This was a warrior queen who, in 24 BC, faced down the might of the Roman Empire, the superpower of its age, led by none other than Augustus Caesar himself. Imagine the audacity, the sheer force of will. Amanirenas, with one eye lost in battle, didn't cower. She didn't negotiate from a position of weakness. Her armies, fiercely loyal and brilliantly strategized, pushed deep into Roman territory. They sacked cities. They humiliated legions. The result? Rome, the supposed invincible empire, was forced to negotiate a treaty. And here's the part they really don't teach you in schools: Rome paid tribute to Kush. Yes, you heard that correctly. Rome, the empire that believed itself destined to rule the world, to an African queen. Acknowledging her power, her sovereignty, her right to exist. The victorious African army returned home with their dignity and wealth. This isn't just a historical footnote. It's a testament. A powerful, undeniable demonstration that African women have always possessed the strength, the intelligence, and the unwavering courage to shape their own destinies. But this victory, this stunning act of defiance, isn't merely a story of the past. It's a foundation. A bedrock upon which future generations of African women would build. A silent promise whispered across the centuries. And here's the what moment. Amanirenas wasn't just a fearsome warrior. Archaeological evidence suggests she was also a highly skilled architect and city planner. She commissioned massive building projects throughout her kingdom, including the construction of pyramids like those in Egypt. Wangari Maathai's legacy isn't just about planting trees, it's about planting hope. Hope for a future where African women are empowered to lead, to innovate, and to heal our lands. Her story reminds us that even the smallest act, multiplied by millions, can transform a continent. Today, as climate change intensifies and resources dwindle, Maathai's vision is more relevant than ever. We must continue her work of environmental stewardship, economic empowerment, and fearless advocacy. And we must support the women on the front lines, carrying her torch. Want to cultivate your own green thumb and entrepreneurial spirit, just like Wangari? Check out our creator kit at pornoafric.com/shop.html for just $47. It's packed with resources to help you start your own earth-friendly side hustle. Maathai showed the world the power of an African woman. Her legacy lives on in every seed planted, every voice raised, and every challenge overcome. Join us in building a brighter, greener, and more prosperous Africa. Follow at pornoafric for Africa plus Money plus Wisdom Fire.